A recent survey by the American Chamber of Commerce in Shanghai showed that American businesses in China have remained profitable. It found that 78.6% of respondents will keep their businesses in China. Another piece of good news is that in order to help put the economy back on track, the Chinese government has put forward a dual circulation development pattern. Dual circulation refers to domestic consumption and innovation, known as internal circulation, as well as exports and global trade, the external circulation. Why does China promote this new pattern? I'm Dr. Qiao. Dual circulation is a development pattern that underlies the importance of further tapping into the potential of domestic demand. Professor Justin Efelin of Peking University says that as China accounts for 30% of the world's growth, an open and robust Chinese economy will contribute more to global recovery from the COVID-19 pandemic.
中国经济发展越来越靠国内的循环，然后这样能够更好的释放我们的这个增长的潜力。
The International Monetary Fund recently warned that because of the pandemic, 2020's global growth is projected at -4.9%. Meanwhile, China is the only major economy that's expected to have a positive growth rate this year. The newly released third quarter growth rate in China at 4.9% indicates that the world's second largest economy remains to be an ideal destination for global investors. In fact, domestic demand has always been a major focus of China's economy. From the 1980s to early 2000s, domestic demand has made up more than 80% of China's overall growth. The government has been advocating increased domestic consumption for years, and the positive results are showing. This explains why China's economy can continue to grow at high rates, independent of the ebbs and flows of the international economy. In 2019, China's GDP per capita exceeded $10,000, making the emphasis on the domestic market a natural choice as the country's huge consumer scale and growing supply capacities entail mass opportunities at home. By focusing on local demand, the internal circulation offers a way to cushion tepid global demand accompanied by a lackluster economy. Private consumption in China is less than 40% of GDP, as compared to around 70% in Western economies. So there is still significant room for expansion. With the right incentive policies such as lower tax rates or increased investment, the country's 1.4 billion consumers could spend more, helping to enhance and sustain economic growth. However, making internal circulation a mainstay does not mean that China would shut its doors to the world. Dual circulation is by no means a closed domestic loop. Chinese President Xi Jinping has emphasized on different occasions that opening up the economy remains a fundamental national policy. China will continue to walk down the road of reform and opening up. The dual circulation development pattern aims to bring more opportunities to all for a well-balanced economy by minimizing income gaps and driving healthy growth. To say that dual circulation is to put China first, or that China no longer needs the world economy, is obviously ridiculous and misleading.